Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, and welcome to another Blogs with Boilon Friday. Today, I wanted to start this here. We have Ronan to talk about. We might actually have the wider New Avengers to talk about as well, because as you all know, we're kind of, with the exception of Black Cat, we're actually kind of like done the middle of the patch here, and so we still have Ronan and a Mockingbird coming to talk about. So hopefully we get the reveals of the kits and also what's going to be happening with this team, because we know that there's going to be Agent Coulson and Thing on this for this Apex War Defense team is kind of what I've been hearing. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. And jumping onto the blog, they see me, Ronan, they mockin'. So I'm assuming that we might get the kits for both of the characters. Upcoming, we do have the New York 1947 event. Now this is a Cosmic Crucible Alliance-based event. Probably isn't too much different than the previous Alliance-based Cosmic Crucible events, but we'll see down below. You can also earn Allied Supply Orb fragments. Doctor Strange OG Blitz, if you don't have him at 7-star, if you're a newer player, and need shards for him. We have Black Cat starting on August the 29th, so that's pretty soon. That's on Tuesday. Now, we might have an opportunity to talk about it one more time on Sunday before the event goes live. We might actually get some details of the actual scourges that they plan to use, or packs, whatever they end up, the term for that. We have the Ego event. This is the final main event for this month long of August for Sylvie. I was about to say Vol, but I was like, no, we're on Sylvie now. And then we have the Trapped in the Void. Earn war credit. Maybe this is related. Maybe it's a web milestone or something. Some sort of associated event thing here, it seems, which is earn war credits. There's only a couple of ways to do that outside of winning war. It's just buying them, of course, in the supply store. And then we have a final quick rumble with Weapon X characters. So keep that in mind as well. Looks like we have Beta Ray Bill being added to the orbs, to the bumps. And strange, it's funny that they remove all these characters from the Mega Orb. I don't know. The Mega Orb just never really feels mega as such, and they always kind of remove characters that sometimes people actually need, interestingly. So, New Avengers. And just to get things started, that the New Avengers are Avengers. So they do have the base Avengers tag, just like all of the Secret Defenders have the Defenders tag. So this will be interesting, at least for maybe outside usage, outside their team, Dark Dimension, that kind of thing. Might be something to keep in mind as well. So with the reveal of the New Avengers, we're introducing a new war team. So right off the bat, obviously I want to draw some parallels and comparisons between this upcoming team and Infestation. Now, some of you know that I am building Infestation, and I guess it's just like, what are they promising with this team, opposed to what was promised for Infestation? Shaking up the Alliance War metagame. In September, Mockingbird and Ronan will join the updated versions of Thing and Agent Coulson, as well as a fifth member not yet to be announced, which will be in the following patch. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this could be Dark Hawk. I believe it is. I think I've talked about him in a previous video before. He was an Avengers of sorts. But anyways, we do have officially confirmed, of course, here Mockingbird and Ronan, who are going to be later on this patch. I'm gonna skip the lore sections, and we actually want to take a look at their kits. So Hero Global Skill, Support, New Avenger, and Shield. This one's interesting because this will help, I think, for the Gamma lanes, which I believe does have a Shield section, and that will be good for usage there. Maybe there's some crossover usage here with the Shield trait, and I guess Agent Coulson, who is also Shield as well. So on basic attack, 230% damage, heals self and all new Avenger allies for 10% of this character's max health. That's pretty strong for a basic, if that works as well for the striker. Heal all other allies for 5%. It does look like that this happens on the striker attack, which is quite good. It does that and heal all other allies. So is this 15% then for New Avenger allies, is what I'm wondering. All other, no, it's 10% for New Avengers, 5% for everyone else. So I thought maybe it was a stacking thing, but probably not. Special Fighting Flight 4/4, so available on turn 1, 300% damage, and holy crap, look at all the number of dots, the bullet points on here. So Rebound Chain to 4 targets for 220, clear 3 random negative effects from all New Avenger and Shield allies. Okay, so that's cool. There's some Shield callouts. +1 Stealth to all New Avenger and Shield allies below 50%. Max health. A heal for 15% of New Avengers, 5% for everyone else, and on War Defense, this clears bleed even though it does already clear random negative effects. I guess this is guaranteed to clear all bleeds. Apply immunity to this character in New Avengers. Grants ability energy to New Avengers that were not full energy. And it cannot be counterattacked. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Obviously, some war defense callouts, especially with relation to ability energy. Ultimate energy cost 606, so this, at least for the AI, this is probably what will actually go off on turn 1. Attack all enemies, so AoE, 350%. Flip random negative effects to positive effects on all shield. Flip all negative effects to positive effects on all New Avenger allies. So it's better on New Avengers than it is for shield. Spread all positive effects on self to all New Avenger and shield allies, excluding taunt, stealth, and regen. Not sure why they excluded regen here necessarily. So that's okay. And a summon of a shield medic. That's interesting. Another summoner. It's been a while since we've had that, and I don't think anybody has specifically summoned Shield Medic. And if you guys don't remember, Shield Medic actually has in their kit to revive Agent Coulson. And I think that's what's actually going on here, and that's what's going to happen, which, without even knowing the rework to Agent Coulson, you know, that's going to be really funny to see. Not to mention we have the, of course, the Shield Medic costume that some of you might have, but his special. If Coulson is an ally and dead, revive him with 51% health. This one's very interesting. If allies are shield, heal for an... So hopefully Shield Medic will then also get a rework, because that means you know, the base stats and stuff will need to improve for that character. At least for, you know, the minion, I suppose. It heals new Avengers, so 15% to New Avengers, 5%. So there's a heal on every skill, which is nice. On War Defense, flip Taunt on all enemies. Reduce speed bar for all enemies by 7% plus 7% per New Avenger ally. So that's 35% of cap out at. Fill speed bar for Ronin. Apply stealth, defense up, and death proof to summon Shield Medic. Okay, so that kind of reminds me a little bit like how Nick Fury, when he summons his minions, excluding the taunt that is given to their minions. That's pretty interesting. Again, lots of bullet points on these characters nowadays. On spawn, gain offense up for 2 turns. So that'll be spread as well from the skill, all these buffs that she's going to have. When this character, a non-summoned New Avenger or Shield ally, drops below 50% health, apply stealth. So she stealths weak New Avengers and Shield characters. On end of any turn, if this character or a New Avenger ally has stealth and health greater or equal to 75%, clear stealth on that character and fill the speed bar. Okay, so if they're healthy, then they get speed bar at the end of enemy turns. So this can really start stacking up is it a random one? If this character or a New Avenger, yeah, at the end of any turn. Yeah, the order of operation is going to be a bit weird here, I think. And that's not even on War Defense. On War Defense, apply Taunt, defense up, and death proof. So it's just Shield Assault. Where is Shield Assault coming in? Is that a Ronin skill? I did not see a Shield Assault anywhere in here yet. Shield Assault, minions and medics gain 40% max health and 30% damage. Is that going to be in the Ronin kit? Did I miss something? So there's Ronin. There's a picture of Ronin if you didn't already know what he looked like. Hero City Skill Brawler. And what is their skill as well? Yeah, so they're both new skill characters. Maybe City for Ronin. Global, I think it was for yeah, okay. So maybe Ronin might be another character that you might be able to use your skill gear for instead of, say, giving it to Shang-Chi. This could be quite good. Brawler, New Avenger. Vengeful Strikes for 250% piercing damage on the basic, chained to one target for 230. On War Defense, when this character performs a counterattack or assist, they reduce speed bar for the primary target by 5% and plus 5% per New Avenger ally. You get the speed bar on the striker if you are going to be using that special. It is 3 out of 6, so this is like a turn 3 skill unless they get energy, which I think they might from Mockingbird. Attack primary target for 320, plus apply stun and 2 bleeds. So the stun is good, and then more bleeds and more damage on the rebound chains. It's okay. It's nothing insane by any means, but it does within 2 spaces of the previous target, so the rebound's quite good. But yeah, nothing super crazy. Ultimate. Available on turn 1. Clear revive once on the primary target, and that's available outside of War Defense, so that's nice too. Attack primary target for piercing. Bonus attack for 4 more times, plus piercing, so that's like 250 piercing. And then another time for 250% piercing, plus apply blind and 2 bleed, and on War Defense, that applies trauma. Okay, so that's going to be pretty good when it comes to War Defense. That being said, it will be random who that applies to. It's not specifically honing in on one specific target on War Defense, so there will be some RNG elements there. Passive Underworld Reckoning. On enemy revive, apply blind to that enemy. So a little bit of an anti-Dormammu maybe. If Black Widow is an ally. Are we intended? What's going? That's just a call out, right? With this character, any Black Widow ally drops below 50% health, heal for 10%, redistribute health. Okay, so just like a minor call out, I guess, but nothing crazy. You're not going to want to split Infestation probably for this. 80% focus on new Avenger allies, war defense, speed. And at the start of any match, if this character has 4 or more new Avenger allies, enemy characters cannot fill speed bar. So with the full team, they cannot fill speed bar, which is very interesting. Which means that characters that have fill speed bar mechanics can't be used. So that one should be... I don't know who that's specifically calling out. Can't really think of it off the top of my head. So that'll be kind of interesting. Thing, we have some huge stat... Obviously, these characters need huge stat bumps. And they should get it with some of the passives as well. Let's take a look at what's different. So I'm not going to go over the full kits for these new characters. We'll kind of take a look at what's different. So the special is... actually... I'm not going to go over this, you know why? Because I actually went over this when it was kind of showed. A lot of this was shown, actually, when the patch first went live, and then they kind of, like, rewinded it a little bit. It was actually live in the game, specifically for Thing. So the ultimate attacks the character with the highest focus, ignoring taunt. This one's a little bit weird. It does apply Disrupt and Trauma for 2 turns, though, which is really interesting. It doesn't actually seem that he got an insane amount of reworks. On war defense, on spawn, fill speed bar for him for that. And that's probably intended to go straight into the ultimate so that it gives the disrupt and trauma to that character. On war defense, if target is a bioprotector, clear charges. Now, was this was meant to be like against nowhere is what I thought at the time. Bioprotector. Also, Gamma has that as well. There was 2 characters, Hulk and She-Hulk, I think, are bioprotectors. I think, and then Korg. Those are specific characters that I thought. Also, Captain America, but I mean, that's not really an offense character. I wasn't sure exactly who this team was designed to kill. Agent Coulson, though, huge stat increases. We'll have to take a look at that further, but yeah, a lot of big numbers there, like doubling of the health stat, so that's good. What's changed? Good old Coulson. It's been a long time since we've used him. So he's transferring positive effects to new Avengers allies. He's applying slow and heal block to all tech and bio enemies. So, hold on. Bio enemies. This gotta be a nowhere. Gamma? This is a Gamma counter? But didn't we already have that sort of with Infestation? Wasn't Infestation meant to counter Gamma or something? I mean, aside from Super Scroll and like Photon, but yeah, a lot of it is Gamma. And the only bio characters in nowhere is like Korg, I thought. So, yeah, a bit of a strange one there. Another Gamma counter? I guess? I don't know. So, on war defense, this attack cannot be countered or blocked. Now, the ultimate, this was a big one back in the Shield days. Kind of does the same thing. Apply defense down for 2 turns, taunt for 2 turns, disrupt for 2 turns to the enemy with the most damage. Call 2 allies to attack. AoE, 200% extra focus. This cannot be counterattacked or blocked. A little bit underwhelming, I gotta admit. But I do have some T4s on this character. The passive. Now we have nothing. Oh, on spawn, apply immunity to new Avenger allies. I think we're going to have to pay a separate video, honestly, just breaking down all of the buffs and debuffs that the characters do. I've done this before when it comes to new teams, because I want to see how many buffs, which buffs specifically, and how many debuffs, and specifically which debuffs, are applied to the enemy. Because it seems to me, without them actually saying, that this could be a Gamma counter, but do we really need another? It's not even a Gamma counter, because it's more like anti-Gamma, I suppose, on the defense. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this team. Is this another bait? In this instance, there's 2 new characters. Ronin could be useful standalone as a city character, though, for Dark Dimensions City, as a skill character. Did I say that? Wow, I think I said that twice. Anyways, Ronin might be valid there. Mockingbird is global, so I think there's a ton of global characters. Anyways, we have this upcoming Ego main event, and this will be your last chance to get reset charges. This also appears to be the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider event. It looks like as well. There are shards for him in here. I don't know if that's entirely how we're going to get shards for him. So I see 5. I see 5 shards here. I see 10. I I see 10, I see 15, so and 25. So this doesn't look like this can't be the primary method. There's also 2 reset charges, so that's good. So I guess there's a total of 10 because there was, I have 8. I think I have, no, 6. I have 6. There's a total of 8 available throughout the month. So you need 6 of them. Let's finish reading. Weaponize, Ghost Rider, Fortify, seek out Hell Orb Rider Orb fragments from your arena. Okay, this is like Teen Loki. This is exactly like regurgitation of the Teen Loki event that we had because this was based on the orb fragments that we got from the arena rewards. Okay, we're just rehashing that. Well, and it's only the 1 milestone, so I guess there's some shards in here compensating with the orbs that you're going to be getting from the arena reward payout. Now, we don't have the values here. However, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that it's going to be very similar to what we got for that character event. So we'll talk about that later. That's going to be going live on, it doesn't say the date, but I think it's going to be like next Wednesday. I think it's probably the date was above. Should be basically just 1 week after this event ends. This current event, Cosmic Crucible with the New York event. Let's take a look at the table here. We get some Apocalypse Bounty Orbs. Numbers are quite large. I'm going to have to bench this against last month's Cosmic Crucible event and see what's changed. There's a lot of temp pads here, a lot of shards for Masters of Evil at the very least here. This is Absorbing Man Titania, more Absorbing Man Titania, more Absorbing Man Titania, and some Gwenpool and Firestar, but way later down the line. And, of course, the Apocalypse Bounty Orbs, like I mentioned. So that's interesting there. You also do get additional points, actually. It's kind of hard to see. But you do get additional points down at the bottom. Probably easier to see over here for new warriors at higher gear tier. Trapped in the Void. This is an additional event, which is involving war credits. A web-exclusive milestone. Okay, that's what I thought. There's no table there. I'm assuming I'm just early when it comes to recording this. Maybe we'll refresh this one more time just to check to see whether it's there. Oh, it looks like it's not there yet, but doesn't matter. We'll be talking about this closer to the time anyways when it comes to probably August 29th, which is the day before the Ego event goes live. So that's going to be on Tuesday, so look forward to that video on this event. We'll be covering both of that, and we have Quick Rumble for Weapon X. Black Cat Trials, again, starting on the 29th, which is going to be on Tuesday as well. And we've talked a little bit about this. So to get an unlock for a 3-star Black Cat, you need a run score of 600,000. But I think this is just for like an instant unlock. And for the rank rewards, you need 450,000. You should still be able to unlock it that way. But what that basically means is I think you have to be running difficulty 5. From what I remember from Nova. I'm wondering if they do have the packs all listed here. And it's kind of, there's huge gaps in the lines, actually. A lot of this we already knew. Now, I didn't cover this specifically myself, but I knew about these because they were in the data mines. There is like the Sinister Symbiosis, city villain characters gain Sinister 6 traits. A lot of these, I think, is just aimed towards the enemies rather than the players in this instance. And the war abilities. I didn't specifically mention this in a video, but I knew about this. So all war abilities are active during this run. We'll have a chance to talk about this, I think, on Sunday. We'll do a breakdown. I normally do what I call a tier list for the packs and the scourges, just to kind of let people know what I think is going to be some of the easier ones to use and the ones that you should use in terms of the points for this. So we'll kind of break that down probably on Sunday for a Black Cat video, and we'll talk about some more stuff, of course, as the days go along. ISO 8 campaign economy updates, doubling the T1 crystals and triple the ions. That's really good. Increased orb drops amounts, 10 more attempts per day on the hard difficulty. This is the blue stuff. Ions and crystals now drop alongside current rewards. Chance of T2 crystals have been doubled. So a lot of this sounds pretty good. 10 more attempts on per 12 energy. So I'm okay with that. Obviously, no farmable blue 4 or 5s yet, not at least not through this. And of course, we have the free claim. I was going to take a look at actually what was in the store. I think I refreshed it. Yeah, so we do have Robbie Reyes shards in here. 5 shards there. Make sure you pick that up with some raid energy as well. And the Hala stuff, ongoing, all this is currently no. So the free claim Friday. Make sure you pick that up. And as you know, everyone, just because I have to say this at the end of every blog post, everything in here is subject to change. So you never know when things are going to change on us, especially when it comes to event news. So hopefully that it's all set in stone by the end of today before they leave the office. But otherwise, of course, I'll keep you all up to date, and we'll know more as the days go on, especially as we roll around towards Monday and Tuesday. So keep an eye on the channel, especially if you want to get to know how you're going to be able to complete these events. And if you want to talk about some Black Cat, we'll be doing that over the weekend, probably on Sunday or Monday as well. So that's the end of the video, everyone. Have a great weekend, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon, signing out.